What we're about to show you is almost unbelievable. While exploring deep in the Italian countryside, Luke and I came across a forgotten palace that looked like it hadn't been touched in decades. But something about it felt different. What we uncovered inside left us speechless. This wasn't just any abandoned palace, this was once the home of Alessandro Volta, the legendary Italian physicist, inventor, and the man whose name lives on in every electrical circuit today. Yes, the Volt. Volta is the father of the electric battery. Without him, there would be no mobile phones, no electric cars, no modern world as we know it. And yet, here we stood in one of his very own residences. We dug deeper and found that this house wasn't just one of many he owned. Based on the preserved documents, the scientific papers, and the level of craftsmanship throughout the home, this was likely his most important residence. Possibly the very place where some of his groundbreaking work took shape, and also where he passed away in 1827. After Mr. Alessandro lived here, his family, who were also renowned for their contributions to the world, continued living in this house until a certain point. What shocked us the most is that this historic site has been left abandoned for over 40 years, all while Italy celebrates Volta with statues, street names, museums, and even featuring him on its former national currency. Yet here, the heart of his personal life and work has been left behind. A place that was home to one of the most important people in our modern world. This is our most extraordinary exploration to date. Welcome to the home of Alessandro Volta.
Unfortunately, Alessandro Volta has already been gone for 200 years, and we will never truly know what he looked like or what he sounded like. But just like Volta embraced technology 200 years ago, we can do the same today with AI, thanks to this week's sponsor, Video AI. In Alessandro Volta's house, we found letters and documents, and we used these letters and documents to recreate a scene of his life and his work. And also the voice we tried to recreate with the letters that we found in the place. With just a few prompts, I recreated the scene of Alessandro Volta working on his first battery. And once the video is generated, I can still tweak everything that I want by just adding another prompt and changing the details. It's like being the director of your own video. Later on in the video, I will show you the full segment of Volta working on his first battery that is made by Video AI. If you want to create historical videos like this, I highly recommend you to click the link in the description and double your video creation minutes. And thank you so much Video AI for sponsoring this video. Now let's head on with an epic exploration. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Bros of Decay. I am Leslie, and today I have a video that I would never think to make in my life. We are standing on the courtyard of the house that used to belong to Alessandro Volta, the inventor of the battery. Yes, you heard it right. And we're going for a quite epic exploration. We're gonna step literally 200 years into history. And that's gonna happen once we venture through that hole over there.
That is going to be difficult.
Yeah. Somebody made a hole to go into this house, and yeah, it's quite crazy, but it's the only way into this place. But first, let us show you around the courtyard a little bit and show you everything that is left over here. You can see he had quite a big house, as you can see, yeah? Or the family had quite a big house, you must say. But I think it has also been renovated multiple times.
Yes, it definitely does seem like that.
But it has now been abandoned for quite some time. We don't know exactly how long this place has been abandoned, but we suspect for around 40 years.
Roughly abandoned around 1980.
More or less 40 years, yeah. So the first part that we're going to take you through is quite empty, but you can get a sense of the house and the size of the family that used to live in the Volta household. Okay. Here you enter into a place that's completely falling apart, that's literally studded everywhere. Whoa. Furniture standing everywhere.
This part of the house feels very bad.
Yeah. Also doesn't feel lived in for a long time. Wow. They had to completely stud this room. Everything had to be supported in order for it not to fall. Wow, it's absolutely crazy. And I think this was some sort of a dining space that we have over here. Still some pictures and everything. This literally, the statue is inside the house.
Yeah.
Cabinet full of glasses left over here. Wow. Even the stud literally fell out. It's like literally levitating. But yeah, this room is not very interesting anymore. The people that own this place or used to own this place moved all the furniture into the historic rooms of this place and left this abandoned, maybe because it was falling apart or something.
Yeah.
And
Or maybe because this is less historic than the rest.
because you can see behind these doors here, these look like vault doors even, it's completely sealed off. And that's where the house or the historic part is. That we're going to show you by going through that hole in a moment. Here, I think we have the kitchen of this place. Yeah, very messy room by now. This used to be the kitchen of the Volta household. Wow.
Yeah, very messy indeed.
Very messy. Lovely kitchen though back in the time, I think. Italians, of course, they love their cooking and it's a very integral part of the household. It's the spice box, I think. There's a lot of spices still left in there. Even the dishes are not done by the last family member. Still standing in the drying rack over there. Wow. It's crazy. Should we look at it?
Something inside?
I wanted to see what Alessandro used to eat back in the time. Wow. But then, I love this room of the place. It used to be some sort of a greenhouse, I think, back in the time. But I love the windows, the natural light that flows in here. It must have been amazing to welcome guests into the house. This was absolutely incredible. You can see there's still palm trees and everything outside. This man, he had a house, and his family had a house unlike anything. And yes, there's also paintings here on the wall. From the family crest, 1493, 1614, you see over here. Wow. And even more left over here. Ingenio, Charistas Major, 1810. Wow. You can see his battery and everything on there. His inventions. I'm so excited to show you the main part of this household. You're gonna be blown away by this. I think we cannot go further here, eh?
Nah, those are completely bricked up.
Yeah, they really tried to save this place back in the time. Okay, let's go back to that hole and let's go through it. Let's show you the house of the Volta family.
Slowly.
Oh,
That was not an easy entrance.
stretch my back a little. I'm already almost 27, everybody. But now it's time for the most incredible part of this video. You're gonna lose your mind. I love the room that we just entered into. And I don't know what exactly this room was used for, but it seems like to be one of the most important rooms of this entire place. It seems like a bedroom, a working area, and everything in between.
I really adore this room and the furniture in it.
I think we should start with that.
Yes, let's start there. Could you get close to it because I wanted to say something about it?
Oh, this wonderful bust.
Bro, if you stand next to the bust, it is even bigger than you.
It's more than life size. Maybe double as big as, it's like a giant. Is this Alessandro?
He looks like it. We are gonna see many more busts of him.
This is fully made out of marble. This is not plasterwork, this is marble, my friend.
You can probably not even lift it.
Crazy. You have no idea of how incredible the things are that are left in this place.
Yeah.
But as you can see, we already start seeing a lot of literature and books that are left in this place. And that's gonna be all throughout this exploration. We already got a picture over here as well of a young lady, maybe his wife, but Alessandro already passed. He passed away in 1827 at the age of 82 years old. So everybody that lived after him here brought in things into the house, but there's still a lot of memories of Alessandro left in this place that I will show you. Let me see. One of the things that I really, really love about this room is these paintings, or
Yes, these paintings.
I think you could call them paintings, yeah. I think on the other side they are way better, but over here they're...
Yes, these paintings are in a really bad condition. Let me turn around and show you the other side. These seem to be in a better condition. And those might have been family members.
Yeah, most likely. Maybe even Alessandro is on one of them.
Yes, absolutely.
Alessandro, Luigi, his son, Zanino, and he had another son, which I forgot the name of. But
I believe it was Flamino.
Flamino? I think you're right. Yeah, but the only one that was also a physicist was Zanino. So we gotta keep him in mind. But yeah, maybe point out, it looks crazy, all these Decay paintings up here. All these things that you see in this room might have all been still from the time of Alessandro. What do we have over here? Quick look. Oh, yeah, go in.
A hidden bathroom. This is like a secret room.
A lot of clutter in here.
Cannot film much in here.
No. A slate bed standing here in the middle. Maybe somebody lived and worked and did everything in this room. That's what it looks like to me. There are all these super, super old books with pencil writing on them left behind. These books are hundreds of years old, maybe 100 years old or more. Who knows? Look behind you.
Yes, that is what I wanted to show everyone. First of all, they all have an indication on them. We are also going to see this in the other room.
They're all classified.
All classified and very organized. Look at this.
Most likely all physics and chemistry books that are in here. Yeah, of course, because Zanino was a physicist and Alessandro, of course, was a chemist and a physicist. So everything in here probably is related to that. I have no idea how to read Italian, so I cannot tell you. That's so cool. And at the bottom of this bookcase over here, of this library.
There is so many.
Hundreds and hundreds of books. We see this always in these places of these very intelligent people and that accomplish a lot in their lives. Always a lot of books in the cabinets. And this tells you just, if you want to accomplish something in life, read books. Let's look on this side.
Yeah, let's go over there. I am gonna start over here. My small bed, it looks like it was used as a couch back in the time by Alessandro.
Sort of lounging bench, I think it is. It also feels very French.
Definitely very French.
Yeah, it feels to me. Yeah. What do you see? Look at this. It's a completely devoured painting. You cannot even make out.
Is it vertical?
You can see it.
Yeah, it is vertical.
See a man on here or a woman? A person. See that? Yeah.
I have no idea what this was for.
Look, these look like candle holders or something.
Candle holders and
Here as well.
I have no idea.
It feels like something that came out of a very, very big building. Maybe a church or something that was hanging somewhere. And even this cabinet, very Italian style. The cabinet, cannot open it anymore, unfortunately, but wonderful.
And now I am going to point up because I have to show this incredible ceiling.
Very Italian, especially for the region that we're in right now. It's completely made out of wood, eh?
Yeah, completely. It is just wood paint.
Yeah, it's not plasterwork, it's nothing, it's wood that's painted.
Yeah. And I love the Latin inscriptions that they have.
This one says family over here. Have you seen that?
Family insula. You know those phrases. Those kind of religious things. It is family, it's God. It is basically that. Latin wasn't my strongest subject. It was honestly my worst.
Mine neither. I studied it a little bit at school, but yeah.
I have completely forgot.
One thing I really, really love in this house, especially in this room, is this fireplace over here that's sort of worked into the wall. There's a thermometer at the front, and I just love the style of it. It feels like a sort of chemistry vial or something. That's the feel I get from it.
I get it.
It really matches with Alessandro's his legacy. A lot of books here on the desk, of course, they were still doing some studying and everything.
Look, it's a piano.
Is it piano?
I am 100% sure it is a piano.
Can you look inside of it? It is a piano.
Be careful.
We hear the piano.
No, don't take it. It's going to be impossible
Okay.
to show. You want to know how I saw it? Can you take this chair out of here?
Oh, wow.
I saw it from the legs of the piano. Try to take it.
That's very difficult, yes.
You see it? As the foot of the piano?
Oh my God. You're right, it's right over here. A harp shape.
Yeah, exactly.
This house is full of surprises. When we first found this place and we entered into it, we didn't even know that it was from Alessandro Volta. And then we started figuring that out through all the papers and everything and started to do research.
And the statues, of course.
And I got mind blown. It's crazy, bro.
It's crazy.
Look over here. We have yet another beautiful painting above there.
From this region.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
absolutely wonderful. But like we said before, a lot of furniture has been stacked everywhere. As you can see, this used to be all throughout the house, probably. Oh.
There is literally a bed just here.
Oh wow, look over there. You're probably focusing on the spiderweb, but there's a crest behind it.
Yeah.
A family crest, which has dates 1848, 1873, and 1890 and 1932. That says a lot about the family.
Yeah. And also over to this side.
1880, 1910, 1937. Beautiful crest with unicorns. Whoa!
And I can also see a porcupine in the crest. And yep, definitely 2 unicorns too.
Oh wow. That's beautiful. But all the walls, as you can see, are also painted. They're very beautiful and elaborate.
I love the lamp. How do you say this?
Oh, the
Lamp fixture. Yes, that was it.
Lamp's fixture, yeah. The gold plating on there. Very typical Italian again. Very typical Italian. Wow. Okay. Let's
Beautiful.
show you one of my favorite rooms as well. Okay, my second favorite room in this place. And that's the one right over here. But I'm going to explain to you why that is. Okay. Yeah, we have to be careful because there's literally stuff everywhere.
Once again, there is furniture literally everywhere.
Look at this room.
The man who gave us electricity. Born in 1745 in Como, Italy, Volta wasn't born into a wealthy family, but from a young age he was obsessed with science. While others were still debating whether electricity even existed, Volta was building devices to prove it could be harnessed and controlled. His biggest breakthrough came in 1800 when he invented the Voltaic Pile, the world's first electric battery. It was the first time in history that humans could generate and store electricity without relying on animals or friction. This one invention laid the foundation for the modern world. He studied physics, chemistry, and languages, and even taught for decades. Outside of his work, Volta loved nature, botany, and taking long walks around Lake Como. He was a calm, thoughtful man who believed in understanding the world through experimentation, not theory. In 1827, Alessandro Volta passed away in the very town he was born. Today, the term Volt is named in his honor, a reminder that a single mind can change the course of history.
Where should I even start? I think in the corner there. We got another wonderful, wonderful statue of Alessandro.
This is for sure Alessandro Volta.
This man died in 1827, and he's still honored by his family generations after generations. That's the work he did for the world. But now have a look right over there. We see the crown molding and the ornamentations, but if you look closely at the ornamentations, you can make out that they are in the shape of the first battery invented in 1799 by Alessandro Volta. This is incredible. This is the groundwork for everything we know nowadays. Our computers, phones, lights, cameras, this microphone, everything that we're doing right now is all thanks to the invention of this man over here, Alessandro Volta. He proved that electricity didn't just come from animals, but also came chemically and built the first battery. In 1800, he presented it to the world. I'm I'm such a big nerd in this field. Probably some people are going to say like, what is this important? This is super important.
This is one of the most important things for humanity ever.
Yeah.
Without his invention, the world would look completely different.
So I feel so empowered by standing in the house of the person that literally invented probably the whole world that we know, our modern world. I get a little bit shaking from that. This is also a representation of a first battery. And if you see the big tower over there. I don't know if you see this properly. It's pretty difficult
let's
to
turn
see.
around.
But to explain you very roughly how a battery works, or how the battery worked that he invented, he stacked zinc and copper plates on top of each other with an electrolyte in the middle, and that would form one cell of the battery. And then if you stack a lot of them on top of you get a lot of cells, and with that, if you connect them, you can make a battery and generate a very, very tiny amount of electricity. Look over here. We have even more. This looks like a sort of desk that we have here in front of us, but even still some handwriting on top of here.
It is so beautiful.
I love this old vintage picture here. We have a telescope. Probably he was also into astronomy and a lot of different things, because this man was so intelligent that he probably had to occupy him with all of these things to keep himself amused. Yes, yes, yes.
Luigi Volta.
That's of his son.
Yep.
Which passed away in 1876, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Correct me on the screen if you
Yes, I believe you are right.
But 1876, that is 150 years ago, and his stuff is still in here.
That's crazy.
I don't know when this place is abandoned, but this feels insane.
It feels like it is abandoned for at least 40 years. I don't know if it is more or less.
I think his family might have used it more as a memory house.
Most likely.
Yeah. Wow, another wonderful depiction over there.
Must have been wonderful to be in such a place before it got completely abandoned. For the children to see what the house of their great-grandfather used to look like.
Look over here. This is crazy. This is the lamp fixture, but it has a crest in it, and the crest is of this family. And even in the crest, they have that first battery displayed in there. I can also see something about pharmacy.
Maybe chemistry?
Chemistry, yeah, chemistry, pharmacy. So yeah, to give you a little bit more information about Alessandro, because I keep going on about him.
Yeah, keep going.
He also, due to his invention of the electricity or the battery, he also invented mercury, if I was not mistaken. If I'm wrong, just put it on here. So this man, after his invention, even continued his investigation, and he was just super fascinated by all of this. One of the facts that I like the most, it is possible that Napoleon Bonaparte was in this house because Alessandro Volta and Napoleon Bonaparte were friends. And
Alessandro visited him in the Palace of Versailles a few times.
yeah, he was super, super interested in the work of Alessandro, and they became quite close-knit friends throughout his life. So
Crazy again.
Mind blown. Look at this. A couple of sisters together. And then all these vintage pictures over here. Isn't that just absolutely
All
beautiful?
family members. This is, again, the same man than on the other photo next to where we came inside.
Oh, wow. We're stepping into true history today.
These are 1800s photos.
Yeah.
100%. This might as well be the whole family.
This might be the photo album that Alessandro held in his hands. The craziest house that I've ever seen, man.
This is a house of history.
This is a house like that should not be abandoned. Everything that we're picking up, that we're holding in our hands, holds history that changed the world. And that's just incredible. Look over here. A drawing of the family crest. Wow. And even more writings and everything. Religious things. Wow. Alessandro Volta, my man.
careful.
Almost.
There's so much stuff in here.
No, but I mean, this is wonderful. This is, I think, out of plasterwork. Yeah, it's plasterwork. But it's also really beautiful, beautiful post that we have here. And also love the pillar that it's standing on.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's something.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it.
I don't know where to go further from this. How are we ever gonna top this house? That's impossible.
At least in history.
In history, no. But definitely make sure to subscribe to the channel because we're gonna try finding more places like this around the world. Definitely smash the like for this video. That's super, super important because that's other people see this place. And maybe through our exposure, it will get seen and maybe it turns into a museum.
It would be amazing to see this place as a museum.
That would be a dream of mine. Okay, the next room, everybody. And I believe we stepped into the biggest room of the place by far. And this used to be the dining space, as you can see, or the dining room, if you want to call it that way. But again, a lot of furniture standing everywhere. But look at this beautiful table that we have there. We cannot ignore that, right? But there is a wonderful cabinet standing here in the corner that we definitely have to show. There's even plates and everything still on there. Look at that. Sort of a built-in cabinet. Or it's made into the room. It's definitely part of the room. We first also show here the artwork on the ceiling and on the walls and everything. Again, Latin writing everywhere. Beautiful. And these doorways as well.
They are really beautiful.
Really, really nice. It looks like they have like stained glass windows, but it's actually not. It's just, yeah, green, painted. That's so Italian, like they try to mimic what's real in their paintings, and I really love that. But look above here. Again, massive pieces of decoration from somewhere. Did we just find the first battery? Sorry for my joke.
That's okay.
And then here in the middle of the table, we had a massive dining table. Alessandro was also a family man. He had a wife, I forgot her name, but he also had 3 sons. And of course, his children got children. Luigi lived here, and over the years, multiple people must have lived in this place. So this was definitely the family house of the Volta family. Oh, now I'm saying it, Volta. Everybody, where does Volt come from? Volta. He was the person who invented voltage and the voltaic stack, which I just explained to you, that first battery, and that Volt is credited to their family name, the Volt family, Volta family. Yeah, look at this. This chandelier is wonderful. Love the gold plating on there. Typically Italian again. If you would see this in a French castle, you would say to yourself, what an ugly thing. But here in Italy, it's like
beautiful.
It's beautiful. Even this table with these chairs, completely made out of leather. Absolutely wonderful. I love the pins or the nails that we have here. Also a lot on the sides. Still a couple of things on the table, books, as you can see, and everything. This is the crown chair at the end. A little bit more different than the other ones. A bit more extravagant. Very, very wonderful chair. Beautiful painting. Religious one.
Oh yes, it says it on there.
Yeah. And then this spider web coming down.
Yeah, there is spider webs everywhere.
You can see that this place has been abandoned for such a long time right now. I love this corner here as well. It's quite beautiful. There's a lot of things on there that we can look at. What's this? Venetia, yeah. Then we got another bust.
I think this might have been the man from the photo, Luigi.
That might have been Luigi, yeah.
But it doesn't have a name.
It's quite strange. I would have loved to know the name.
Me too.
Look at that wonderful lady down here.
Same lady as in the other room. We keep finding the same people.
It's crazy. And then this completely broken up, very old painting, but it's still so beautiful. Wow. Love it. Have you looked on the chest already?
Oh no.
It's the same pic coming back. So this was furniture made for them.
Oh yeah, look at that.
What does it say? Does it have the stack of batteries? Oh my god. Volta
I cannot see it.
Yeah, I have to film this properly. Wow. So the Voltaic stack that we showed you before is right over here. The first battery in the world. How do we find these places? Come on, this is not real. Everybody's gonna say like this is not real.
But it is real.
It's not AI. Look at this. Got a couple more of those wonderful doors. And then we have a velvet red chair underneath there. Looks like a nice throne or something to sit on. I also just want to show this cabinet. Oh.
What did you find? His battery?
No, not a battery. I wished we would find the battery, but there's still clothes inside of here. Wow. That's beautiful, right? Oh, even kitchen equipment down there.
Still stuff here, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those old mixers. Okay. Film the wall over there as well. There's a couple more things in Latin written up there.
Something like Dom V's Prex Laris.
FVMVS.
Yeah, back in the day, the V was a U, I believe. If people still don't believe that this is the house of Alessandro Volta, it will probably change with this room.
Come with us. We're going to show you that it's the house of Alessandro Volta. Wow, I love this room as well.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible. Maybe show the ceiling first?
Yeah, let me show the ceiling.
Look at that. I love the crest that we have over there. So I think this is the first indication that this was his house. You can see the crest and it says 1810 underneath the crest.
It is the same crest that we saw in the other room.
He invented the battery in 1990, and in 1800, the first year, it was brought out to the public. And then 10 years later, they painted the ceiling.
I love it.
Beautiful. But unfortunately, as you can see, it also has to be studded.
But I am glad that they supported the ceiling. Otherwise, it would have collapsed.
You can see somebody still cares for this place. Every now and then they come in here.
It looks a little bit old.
So they do care for it, but also don't care for it in some way. And that's very sad. Because a lot of these things should be taken out and should be put away.
Keep going on the ceiling you were talking about.
Yeah. Here we have another crest. And it says the Volta family, I think. 1493. That's that arch that we saw on the chest as well. Next to the arch, and then next to it you had the battery.
Ah, yes, with the bird.
With the bird inside, so that's a development of the crest over the years. Yeah. Should we start over here?
Yes.
Yeah. As you can see, you have this cabinet, this drawer.
We told you where so many papers left behind. Wow, look at that photo.
I didn't even see this yet. Yeah. That's the photo of the first battery in the world. But maybe it's a photo made of something that's in the museum right now. Copper zinc plates, and then electrolytes in the middle. For people that don't know what an electrolyte is, it's like a connection between the plates to let the electrons flow between the states of the battery. And it's made out of cardboard and...
I believe fabric.
Yeah.
Fabric?
Fabric, yes, exactly. And then it's dunked in a material. So it's a little science explanation for everybody. Let's see, there's also a lot of pictures of Italy left behind. Don't know what it is, but it's some sort of a meeting, maybe.
This is an inauguration for something of Alessandro.
Exactly right. Look at that. Oh. Beautiful. Like more documents, handwriting. I love this handwriting. It's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Okay. Cabinet full of books again, pictures and everything you can imagine. This looks like an old camera bag. Yeah. Oh. Even more books and books and books and books on the walls here, as you can see. Hundreds and hundreds of books left in this place. What do we have here?
It says 1906.
To the 2nd of April. Wow.
I have no idea.
Even more books and everything. Wow. This book has to be held together with rope, otherwise it's gonna fall apart. Where's this one book that we saw? I found it. It has a sticker. Luigi Volta. He placed his name on there. This was Luigi Volta's book back in the time. The son of Alessandro Volta. We're just holding it in our hands. Even more religious things and everything. I'm literally standing on books right now. I'm standing on top of books. Yeah. Wow. Everywhere you can look. I wanted to show this one. Look at that. Sort of family picture. There's already the following generations of the family, of course. But as you can see, wow, the whole chest full of books over there. Seeing the statue?
Yeah.
It doesn't have a head anymore. Is that another depiction of Alessandro?
I don't think so. It doesn't seem to have a name on it.
The stud is going all over the place.
Watch out with the wood that you are standing on.
There. If you can see it. 1901. We have another crest with the Voltaic.
Yeah, the battery.
The battery, sorry. I'm stumbling a little bit. Yeah. 1901. And I know from here more wonderful things, some sort of a memorabilia over here. 1927, somebody passed away. Watch out. Are you okay?
Yeah, I am okay. It is just a bit hard to navigate through.
Yeah. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful pictures of ladies sitting in the snow.
But that is the thing I was going to talk about.
1827 is the day he passed away, Alessandro Volta.
Yes, indeed. So this is made 100 years after his death.
Yeah, exactly. So that was maybe the 100 years
Celebration.
of his life, maybe. You would not celebrate his death. Such an incredible man. His
There
room
is
is
dust.
very, very dusty. Yeah, over the years, this gets very, very dusty. Excuse me. Wow.
Furniture
Wonderful
again.
dust everywhere. And then we have this picture frame.
Yeah, a huge frame here. I would have loved to see which painting was in it.
And then that one over there is also quite cool. It's now a mirror, I think.
I think this was always a mirror.
Wow. I think I would literally be able to...
Ooh, before you go,
No, I'm not going to go anywhere.
look up. Just look up to see the rest of the ceiling.
It's quite beautiful. Like always in Italy. Yeah. And again, the same chandelier hanging here as well.
Really beautiful.
Yeah. But I could literally go throughout this house for days and days and days.
There is so much.
You can look around the corner and you find new things that are interesting. For example, I just opened this, didn't even look at it. It's an old bingo set. Like, come on, there's everything in here is historic and part of his legacy. Wow. And more book cabinets. The house of Alessandro Volta. This is something legendary, and it's something that I would never think to ever film. I'm a huge nerd, and for me this is a dream come true. Thank you all for watching this video. Share it with everybody, spread the word, and just show everybody the house of Alessandro Volta, something that nobody has ever seen before. I want to thank you all for watching this week's video with a lot of love. I'll see you next week in another incredible exploration. Bye bye.